Did you read the back, though? It's funny. Yeah. Lose the pants, you don't need them where you're going.
The Toyota of San Bernardino record.
Oh, what the? Hold on. That's not. Yeah, we're not starting yet. Dang it.
Wah, wah, wah.
The dual keyboard that loses.
We need the turkey.
We need the.
Gobble, gobble.
Okay, we're starting in 20 seconds. Really?
Wow.
The Toyota of San Bernardino Recording Studio presents IENewswire Daily with Roy Bleckert and Stephanie Meyer. So sit back and enjoy the show.
I love her intro. It's so cute. It's so happy. Hey, so I'm just now seeing this on IENewswire, Monday Night Football, Chargers versus Chiefs.
Yes.
I got to think about it for a minute. I'm done. I don't know. Who should I pick? Someone needs to write in and tell me. I wonder how many people are voting for the Chiefs. Or not voting, but rooting for them. What do you think? What do you think, Jesse?
I don't know. I don't go football.
What's our little slogan? Thanks for tuning in on a Monday. What is it? Money Mondays!
Are we up yet?
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm kind of just rambling on here.
Oh, so we've been...
Yeah, the intro.
Did you not hear it?
No.
Do you have your headset on?
No.
That might help.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been up for a while. Anyone tuning in, write in who you're voting. Why do I keep saying voting? Rooting for the Chargers or the Chiefs.
You got to tell me to put my earbuds on.
Hey, put your earbuds on. We're on.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Is your headset on?
Yeah, my headset's on.
Welcome to your show.
Yeah. I didn't hear you.
Your headset's not working.
What do you mean my headset's not working?
What I just said. I'm not receiving.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes.
There you go.
Wow.
Wow.
Now I can't hear
Now
you.
we get the mics working.
But now I lost my hearing. Oh, there we go. It's in and out. It's all right. I can hear you loud enough.
Now we got everything up.
Anyways.
We need to do a sound check and everything before we start.
We did, and then he walked out. Anyways.
We need to do a sound check before he hits the buttons to make sure everything is working. Back on the show today for Money Monday. On that, as we bring you all the news and stuff, all sorts of good things coming on. Big race weekend, lots of championships decided. Start with the Monster Energy stuff. Winston Cup, I shouldn't say it. Man, that sure dates me on that. But Monster Energy Championship Xfinity was done. Truck Series, all the USAC Sprint Car ones, World of Outlaw Sprint Cars, the World Finals at Pomona with the drags were crowning champions all across the board. A lot of people who have been on our show actually won championships.
Such
Such as Tyler Reddick.
No way!
Is the Xfinity champion in 2018. He's done something no other driver has done in at least Xfinity late model sportsman history, and maybe across all of the NASCAR deals. Do you know what that is?
No.
He's won back-to-back championships in the Xfinity Series for
second place?
No, for two different car owners. Last year he drove for Hendrick Motorsports. This year he drove for Richard Childress Racing and won the championship both years. Tyler, though, will not win the championship next year because he's moving up to the Xfinity Series, along with the top three that were in there. Cole Custer, which won out at
Cole Custer?
Yes.
That sounds like a player from Clue.
Could be. Yeah, it is.
Custer left the knife in the dining room.
Do you remember who won
the
the
kitchen.
Do you remember who won the Xfinity race out at
No.
Fontana?
No, I'm busy playing Clue in my head.
There you go. It was Cole Custer.
Was it?
And you know what? You know how that segues into the Monster Energy Championship?
I have no idea.
I didn't think so. Kyle Busch won his second Monster Energy Cup Series. And do you know who won the race out at Fontana?
No. Tyler Reddick.
No,
Who?
the Monster Energy race.
No, who?
Kyle Busch.
Oh, Kyle Busch. I
See,
knew that.
I'm glad you were paying attention
Thank
all
you.
weekend. That so it both of the winners at Fontana both won the championships this year, and although we didn't have Kyle Busch on, we had Tyler Reddick on for an interview on earlier in the year just before the Fontana race, and he's a really great guy. Had that another one. All the USAC Sprint Car Championships were decided in Phoenix, Arizona this weekend. C.J. Leary, who won the main event at Paris, won the overall National USAC Championship. Brody Rowe, when we've had C.J. on, we had Brody Rowe on, and he won the Southwest title, and Damian Gardner, which we've had on, and Damian Gardner won that. Brad Sweet won the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Championship, and we've had him on the show too. So a lot of folks that won races out here this year, and we've had on the show, wound up being champions on that. So that if you racers, if you want to win, you want to be a big name, come on the show. We'll
Exactly. No,
yes.
I testify to that every time.
onto that. So, as
Yes.
the tradition has been for, I don't know, centuries it seems like, tonight is...
Monday Night Football.
Yes! So we're going to do...
Starting at 5:15.
So we're going to do the see if Stephanie's luck is changing on that, because last week I said, well, you pick the game because I know whichever team you pick is going to lose. And was that how did that prediction of mine work out?
Whatever way.
So we're going to test this theory again to see if my theory works right. Tonight, the Chargers are playing the Kansas City Chiefs in where?
San Diego.
Oh my gosh!
Take it right.
A little bit farther south.
I don't know where.
Mexico City.
Oh, really? Why are they playing there?
I guess that's where they scheduled the game.
Oh.
They did that. No, they have lots
That's
of
weird.
extra security down there and stuff. But yeah, I'm trying to make they play a few games a year, on the international basis on that.
I didn't know that.
This year, Denver's a mile high city. How high do you think? Which is 5,280 feet. How high do you think the elevation is at Mexico City?
6,000.
Close, 7,300. The air is really thin up there, so there'll probably be some tongues hanging out on that. But since the game is going to start in 4 minutes, what's your pick?
Do I have to pick right now before
Yes,
the game
you have
starts?
to pick before the game starts.
I wanted to see what everybody wrote in. Emmeline writes in, pick the Chiefs, which is probably who I originally was going to pick. Chargers. My gut was telling me Chargers. I'm going to go with the Chiefs, but I know the Chargers are going to win.
So much for the confidence there.
Something's just telling me the Chiefs. So what am I going to win if I win? Or if they win? $100? What are we betting?
I think you owe me the $100.
I know. I'm going to try to win my $100 back.
on the deal of that. So yeah, we'll have fun.
I'm going Chiefs.
You're going Chiefs.
I'm going Chiefs.
You're done with that. That's final. Chiefs.
Something says Chargers, though. No.
The lightning bolts.
No, I'm going Chiefs. Chiefs.
Okay.
Decided.
We'll see.
Ann, thanks for tuning in. Say hi to your mom.
Hi, Mom.
Ann, who do you think's going to win, Chargers or Chiefs?
She has absolutely no
Well,
idea.
she can pick one.
Yeah, she can
You
pick
just
one.
Have that little gut feeling or something. Get involved. She'll pick. Who are you going for? Obviously, Chargers.
Well, yeah.
But you don't have to go for the Chargers. You can agree with me.
No, we're testing the theory that you always pick.
But
the
we
wrong
already
day.
know the Chargers are going to win. Even I'm picking the Chiefs, knowing the Chargers are probably going to win. So then, really, I kind of win either way, right?
Boy,
Because if they win, then I picked them. If they lose, then I knew the Chargers are going to win.
if somebody can follow that logic, call into.
I'm right either way.
Call into
951-922-3532.
No, don't call into that.
No, 242-5397.
They won't know what the hell is going on.
I'll put it in the comments.
242-5397 is the one. And explain the logic we just heard.
It makes total. You're not following that?
Oh, yeah. I that's why I'm asking for help here.
I don't know how you're not following that.
Yes, I don't know either. I don't know how that is all bypassing over my head.
Lucy writes in Chargers. Don't ask me for another ride home. I'm just
Wow. Oh,
kidding. I'll give her a ride home.
You're kidding. Yes. Of the whole
Maybe in Paris.
of the whole enchilada of the That's a long walk on the old deal. Scroll up the old timeline on that.
5397.
Yes. Make sure you type in the right number.
242-5397.
Wow.
I got it.
Yes.
Well,
Instead
stop
of
switching numbers.
instead of giving out somebody else's phone number who would have absolutely no idea what would be the deal that we did the Chargers one.
Go Chiefs.
Whoop, we all know who's going to win now.
Whatever.
There's the guy.
Who's that?
El Presidente,
know,
which we got to say since
trying to make
they're
him mad.
playing Monday Night Football down in Mexico,
Mexico.
so we'll go with El Presidente for Donald J. Trump. This guy, I mean,
That reminds me of margaritas.
there has never been, I mean, there's no way no matter love him or hate him, no matter what, we have never had a president like Donald J. I mean, this guy, to me, is absolutely fabulous. Will he testify? So, Sunday, Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, says, well, yeah, we invite Donald Trump to come down to testify in these impeachment hearings. So, Trump, this morning, says, I mean, he starts ripping on the Twitter tales of that, yeah, nervous Nancy, I just might take you up on that offer to go down there and testify, which I think would be absolutely great if that happens. I mean, that's going to be an epic television show of probably political portions you've never seen. Can you imagine Adam Schiff and Donald J. Trump at the hearings going back and forth at each other? And then the Twitter tales and the sound clips and Trump just calling him every name in the book on that. The entertainment value of that is going to be absolutely fabulous. I hope the heck that he goes down there and testifies at Congress at the impeachment hearings, because it will be absolutely 100% pure entertainment. What do you think?
I agree. And Susan from Harupa Valley writes in, I love our president. He is entertaining. And she also writes in, go Chiefs.
Yes. I mean, how can you take a guy that starts off with that and says that? I mean, no president would go down there. I mean, when Clinton was impeached, he didn't go down there and testify. I mean, he stayed like 180 million
good for
miles
him.
away from that. No, Trump down there doing that. I mean, the sound, that's a radio talk show host dream. I mean, you won't even have to do any prep
Oh, no.
work.
Can I be off on that day?
You just come in. No, it'll be fun. He's as in. One thing you got to.
So basically, he's going down there
Well, he said
to defend himself.
He said he might. He said I might take you up
He
on the
should.
offer.
Why
I do
wouldn't
too.
he?
Yeah.
I think he should.
Well, most people say, well, you know, you'll do, you know, you'll say something or do something, you turn public times. But that's what
Of
they
course
say.
he will.
That's what. Yeah, of
That's what
course.
he does.
And that's how he got elected. They said the same thing when he was running. Oh, you can't do this, and you can't say that, and you can't run the Twitter and say all that stuff. Well, he did anyway, and guess who's
Right.
president? And look who's all on the outside looking in.
Right.
So, I mean, I think in Trump's persona, that's his persona. Trump's got a lot, somewhere in there, Trump's got a lot of hillbilly in it.
Not as much as you.
I don't know if he's get that.
No, but good for him. He should go down there and defend himself.
Which, is kind of unusual because, I mean, he basically grew up in New York City in that. But he has that, I mean, for lack of a better word, just enough retard in him that he just lets stuff fly like that. It's not meant as a bad word.
Anyways. Uh-oh. What's our producer doing?
Producers producing.
Chicken pellet.
Did you see the next one up on the deal? Did you hear about the Prince Andrew interviews and the whole Epstein sex thing and all that? Now this is one where I say
Explain it for
this
those that
guy
aren't
should
following.
this guy should not have at all done. He should not have done the interview. When the whole Jeffrey Epstein and the sex trade and doing the young girls for the very rich and powerful and all that broke. Prince Andrew was one of the ones that was mentioned of that, and one of the teenage girls at the time now is not said that she was had sex with Prince Andrew. That, and there's a picture of Andrew with her when she's like 15 or 16 with him with his arm around her and stuff. She claims her allegation is that they had sex at least 3 times during that time. So this guy, and have the YouTube video up ready. Now this guy, he's interviewed at the BBC on that. Now this guy should not have. Now this is a guy that should not be testifying or giving interviews because, I mean, and most people are saying this is like the worst PR disaster ever rolled to tape.
By questions about his 12-year friendship with Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted sex offender who took his own life earlier this year in a New York jail. This woman, Virginia Roberts, now Virginia Giuffre, claims she was a victim of sex trafficking. She alleges she had sex with the prince 3 times, once in an orgy on Epstein's private island.
He knows exactly what he's done, and I hope he comes clean about it. Thank you.
Now Prince Andrew says he has come clean about it in an interview with the BBC.
I have no recollection of ever meeting this lady.
Last month, after a detailed analysis of flight logs and the court circular, Channel 4's Dispatches programme established that it was likely the infamous photograph of Andrew with his arm round 17-year-old Virginia Roberts was likely to have been taken on March the 10th, 2001, at Epstein's friend Ghislaine Maxwell's Belgravia townhouse. Prince Andrew says that on the night of March the 10th, he couldn't have been dancing and having sex with a teenager because he was in suburban Woking, taking his daughter Beatrice to a party here at Pizza Express. He says he's only been to Woking a couple of times and remembers it weirdly distinctly.
I'd taken Beatrice to a Pizza Express in Woking for a party at I suppose sort of 4 or 5 in the afternoon. And then, because the Duchess was away, we have a simple rule in the family that when one's away, the other one's there. I was on terminal leave at the time from the Royal Navy, so therefore I was at home.
Why would you remember that so specifically? Why would you remember a Pizza Express birthday and being at home?
Because going to Pizza Express in Woking is an unusual thing for me to do. A very unusual thing for me to do. I've only been to Woking a couple of times, and I remember it weirdly distinctly. As soon as somebody reminded me of it, I went, oh yes, I remember that.
Virginia Giuffre says on their first encounter, she and Prince Andrew danced at Tramp nightclub. She recalls him being a hideous dancer and sweating profusely.
She was very specific about that night. She described dancing with you and you profusely sweating, and that she went on to have bath, possibly.
There's a slight problem with the sweating because I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat, or I didn't sweat at the time, and that was, oh actually, yes, I didn't sweat at the time because I had suffered what I would describe as an overdose of adrenaline in the Falklands War when I was shot at. and I simply, it was almost impossible for me to sweat. And it's only because I have done a number of things in the recent past that I'm starting to be able to do that again. So I'm afraid to say that there's a medical condition that says that I didn't do it.
He suggested the picture of him in Virginia may have been doctored.
I don't believe it's a picture of me in London, because when I go out in London, I wear a suit and a tie. That's what I would describe as those are my travelling clothes if I'm going overseas. So I've got plenty of photographs of me dressed in those sorts of sort of kit, but not there.
Just to clarify, so you think that photo has been faked?
Nobody can prove whether or not that photograph has been doctored, but I don't recollect that photograph ever being taken.
In 2008, Epstein was jailed for procuring an underage girl for prostitution and soliciting a prostitute. Yet just 2 years later, in December 2010,
okay, stop it there
Andrew
for a
visited him at his new...
They had run through the deal, and they pretty much said that he was at that particular spot where the picture was taken, not where he was at.
Right.
But just discounting that, when you're a guy that's been in the public figures, when you're stuttering and stammering,
Right.
going across that, I mean, that's like the big red flag that you're lying through your freaking teeth.
But even, okay, but if not, I mean, not saying that he's innocent or not lying, but still having that much pressure on you that this is being said to make sure you don't say the wrong thing, I could see where that would add a lot of pressure to where you're like, oh, you don't want to say the wrong thing. You know what I mean?
I would say that, yes, if somebody's not experienced with that or has never been in that position.
Yeah.
When you're in that position, I mean, you're expecting the gotcha question. You're putting yourself in that interview of that. You should be trained to do that. When
right, to be cool on hard questions.
That listen to the question. Yeah. It's not even a live interview, so you don't have to. You're not even under, let's just say, the pressure of the moment of just, thinking you got to blurt it out. I mean, if you pause or think or something when you're doing a taped interview, because they're not going to run the whole 2 hours of the tape, most likely. They're going to edit it, so you're doing that. So you have enough time to think about that. With just the stuttering and stammering of that.
And to say that you didn't know your body couldn't sweat, that's kind of...
Yes, that was...
I mean, I get that there's been...
And now you can
like
sweat?
And then,
how the hell does that work?
Well, go him. Now he can sweat and get all those toxins out.
Yes.
However, I'm going to start the hate mail right now, okay?
Go ahead.
All right. A prince invites you to a private island. You really think she was saying no?
No. She didn't invite... She was a sex slave of Jeffrey Epstein. She was out screwing guys like this or her deal, and she said she did him at least 3 times of that. No,
okay.
She didn't invite. No, she was sent to the island to have sex with him or whatever. That's what she's saying. She was part of the sex slaves that Epstein had that he was building his power base for. So again, all these guys like Clinton was mentioned in it, and a lot of powerful, rich and powerful people were done on this. No, she's not. She didn't have the choice in who she was going with. She was told, yeah, you're going with, guy X, Y, or Z on this
take
stuff.
That back then.
With the freaking pedophile Epstein of that. That's what he was doing. So play. Go to 2 on the 4-minute mark. I think it is, or video 3. I think it is.
Yet just 2 years later, in December 2010. Andrew visited him at his New York mansion.
You said you went to break up the relationship, and yet you stayed at that New York mansion several days. I'm wondering how long...
But I was doing a number of other things while I was there.
But you were staying at the house of a convicted sex offender.
It was a convenient place to stay. I've gone through this in my mind so many times. At the end of the day, with the benefit of all the hindsight that one could have, it was definitely the wrong thing to do. But at the time, I felt it was the honourable and right thing to do. I had to go and see him. I had to
stay with him and stay in the house.
I could easily have gone and stayed somewhere else, but sheer convenience of being able to get a hold of the man was. I mean, he was in and out all over the place. So, getting him in one place for a period of time to actually have a long enough conversation to say, look, these are the reasons why I'm not going to, and that happened on the walk.
Survivors of sexual violence say they're
okay. You're Prince Andrew. We're freaking. You can stay.
That's why I'm like, why did he have to pay for a sex slave?
Stay wherever because they want the confidentiality.
Oh.
Ding, 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 ding. No, you're Prince Andrew. You can
Wow.
stay. And this is after his first conviction as a
But
pedophile.
couldn't you just pay a chick to not go and say anything?
Well, you don't know
I
that
mean, it's
they
like
are.
the same
No, that's
thing.
what Epstein was doing. He had these chicks, these girls. No, that was the wrong word. Girls, young
Lots of
girls.
chicks. Yeah.
Under his that's why one reason why he was using young girls, and then for other obvious reasons. But
I don't know what the obvious ones are, but okay.
it'll dawn.
Yeah,
on you.
it's fine. Yep, carry on.
That's what he was doing, and that's why they used and he had the madams or whatever that was doing that and keeping the girls. So the story didn't. When you're a big billionaire or Prince Andrew or whatever, if that's the case that you're doing that, you don't want that stuff getting out. So he was like the one who was doing that. But this was after his first conviction of of trafficking underage girls and all that stuff. And that's what they're saying. After you knew that, you went and stayed at his house for several freaking days.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not staying there because you're destitute.
He said it was convenient.
Yes, you're Prince. You could stay at the suite at the top of the $80,000 a night hotel in New York City
with almost probably any woman that he would want.
Whatever, you do not, and that's what you're saying. And you're still associating with a known pedophile for crying out loud, and he's, this guy, If he
Who's
is
he the prince for? Like what country? I know. Oh, when they both say, "Oh my God," you just asked a stupid question. For what? I know. I don't follow this stuff. Obviously.
Hawaii.
For Candyland?
Yeah.
I want to go. Shut up, Jesse.
I was going to say something, but
Aww.
discretion is a better part of valor on this.
Dang it. It was probably good, too.
Yes, it was.
It would have made me laugh at my expense. But that's all right. Anyways,
yes, no, you.
For those that aren't following the story, I'm setting you up to answer for the poor people that don't want to ask because they're ashamed.
No,
you're welcome.
No, they're not. I mean, Prince Andrew is the prince of. He's the second son behind Charles. In the royal family.
You guys don't even know.
Something like that.
Okay, thank you.
And he was been known as a partier.
But out there, I mean, don't each of them have like? Never mind.
Yes.
Stop talking.
That's what I'm saying. He had no excuse of, well, that's the only place I could throw down for a few days when I'm in New York City for that.
He's the Duke of York.
Well, yeah, whatever. That whole royal family thing just does not.
I know, that's why it's like confusing as heck.
On the whole thing. And they should eliminate the stupid people of England that still finance that whole thing, got rocks in their head.
But isn't that like instead of presidents, they have princes? Or
no, they have nothing to do with the government at all.
Really?
That got pitched out a long time ago.
I thought they did.
Wow. Yes.
Hey, I pay attention to my country, and that's...
They have elections now, kind of like we do. There is no... The king and the queen
go to Italy, though.
And all that are just superficial figures.
Really?
That the dumbasses of England pay those people billions of dollars a year to run around the country and pick up on 15-year-olds.
Really? I thought they did something for their city or whatever. Not city, but country. Oh, wow.
Play the last clip on that. This is a coup de
Well, now we're
grace.
crushing everybody's little girl's dreams.
He's only raised many more.
Do I regret the fact that he has quite obviously conducted himself in a manner unbecoming? Yes.
Unbecoming? He was a sex offender.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm being polite, in the sense that he was a sex offender.
The FBI has been investigating Epstein for months now. Prince Andrew says he'd be prepared to give a statement under oath if his lawyers advise it. And you can watch that Channel 4 dispatch.
There you go. I mean, like I did, again, this guy is the 180-degree opposite of Trump. This guy does not know how to handle these situations at all. Actually, dug him again. He never learned. This is why you don't want to be in the royal family. They never learned the first law of holes. When you're in one, stop digging.
Oh, I dig all the time, though.
This guy...
I haven't learned either.
This guy... No, you look like a genius compared to this.
Well, thank you, Roy.
I mean, he did...
What a compliment.
He never... I mean, he just did that along with just the presentation. Like I say, just the stuttering and stammering and stuff like that is,
Hey, but he learned how to sweat again.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of that? Well, was
like the main thing that stuck in my mind was he couldn't sweat.
Yeah.
But now he can.
I could. Yes. How does that happen?
I don't know.
I
mean,
there are some people that can't. I know that.
I get that there's people that can't, and there's some that do a lot, and there's some that are
I've never
just
heard you
whatever.
vacillate back and forth.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what's weird about it. Is you're vacillating.
And then he doesn't even say what is helping him sweat now. So
what was the condition?
What changes did you make?
Yeah,
share them with the world so we can all take up on the
so we could maybe
stuff.
halfway believe what the hell you're talking about.
I'm disappointed. I wanted to know more. Wow.
A what?
Who?
I have a video story to end the night.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's only 5:30, so we still got a while.
That was. I mean, like I said, there's a guy that did absolutely try to bury himself on the whole deal. But again, like I said, I don't understand that whole royal family thing. Never have.
Really quick, and don't judge me on this right now, okay? All right, I'm putting it out there. First quarter with 7 minutes and 38 seconds left. Chargers are up 3 and Chiefs are 0. Shut up, Roy. They'll come back. I'm telling you, I'm going to be right either way. Chargers are going to win, but I'm picking the Chiefs. All right. Carry on.
How do you top that?
You can't.
Oh, this guy. No,
that's not real.
No, this guy is. He's the Iranian Hulk is coming to the U.S. of A.
That's a lie.
Is this guy steroids gone bad? This is from SureDog.com. A bodybuilder and social media sensation, I don't know, Sergey Garbundi or whatever the heck his name, or as he's better known as the Iranian Hulk, is set to make his much-hyped debut for the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship in 2020 as part of the show titled USA versus Iran World War III. The BKFC ran a promotion at the conclusion of a preliminary event recently, lining this all up. No, this guy is 350 pounds.
He's 27 years old?
Yes. That is a real person.
That is not. That
he
is
does
so
that
photoshopped.
Now he's going to do the bare
That is
fist.
so photoshopped.
No! Run the video. Run the video for
the web, earning his superhero title for his outrageous, near-inhuman physique. The 27-year-old is also known as the Persian Hercules. With that in mind, do you reckon you could take him in a fight?
Yeah.
At 390 pounds and 6 feet 2 inches, he's an absolute monster of a man, weighing roughly the same as a killer whale calf. Gariby is the latest signing by the American Fighting Organization and is expected to make his debut in the ring sometime in 2020. The Iranian Hulk previously said in 2016 that he'd join military forces to help fight the so-called Islamic State. However, in January, he announced his interest in MMA fighting and used Instagram, where he has nearly 500,000 followers, to invite people to get in the ring with him. He wrote, "Be brave and invite me to fight, rather than hiding behind your sponsors.
There you go, that's good
enough. I am ready to fight
enough.
you, show me what you've got."
Like I told you, is this not a case of steroids gone bad? I mean, and I think it is in MMA and the bare knuckles.
There's no way that he physically got that big by not taking some type of supplement.
Yes, I mean, yeah.
I mean, it could, maybe it's natural.
No, I think it's legal
crap
in those
or something.
Yeah, I think
But why?
Yes.
I'm scared.
Yes,
I
that's
see him walking down the street, I'm running. But I do hope he paints himself green and rips off his shirt, because that'd be really cool. That'd be neat. My kids would love to see that too.
I mean that just looks freaking weird.
Yeah, it doesn't look natural. I think that's probably
Well,
why.
no kidding.
Like at all.
Yeah, I mean that looks like,
That's your goals for 2020.
yeah, right.
Hashtag goals.
To look at I mean that's freaking crazy.
Aww. I want one. It's a baby fox.
Yes. Have you seen the
How flipping cute.
if you would read
I don't.
the IEN News, blow the picture up.
No, I really need. I was busy.
Baby, and we got
Aw.
this. Cliff
My
Cummings
heart.
from Toyota San Bernardino sent this in. Dog adopts a baby fox after his mom died in a car accident. Dino Zoo was a wild fox living an ordinary life until the day his mother was killed after being hit by a car. When the wild babies animals lose their parents, their chance for survival is nearly non-existent. Lucky for Dino Zizo, he was found sitting beside his mother's dead body and handed over to a vet. At only 3 weeks old, he was given another chance at growing up under the care of a loving mother. After being checked over by the vet, animal-loving couple Werner and Angelina Schumag of Osterscheid, Germany, stepped up and adopted Zizo. Ziva, the couple's collie dog, with great motherly instincts, couldn't be happier about having an adorable fox around the house. Ziva has since taken the baby fox in as she was her very own.
Go down. I want to see more.
The family also owns 2 adopted piglets and a Bengal cat that goes by the name of Leopold. It is not just Ziva, the dog, that loves the baby fox. Leopold, the Bengal cat, also developed a special friendship with the sweet little fox. Together, the dotting dog and cat have made Dino Zozo very welcome in his new home, helping provide him with the love he so very much deserves. A dog, a cat, and a fox make one unlikely trio, but it doesn't get much better than that.
I love it. That makes me want to cry. That is really cute. But do you think that fox will ever, like, one day turn on, like, somebody and go animal on him?
I mean, it's
or
always.
Do you think that since the fox is raised kind,
and that you do, you bring up a good point. You do, animals are animals. They can flip on it. They can switch on, on a dime. Even the most calm one. I would probably say not. It's probably because it's going to be raised in such a domesticated environment. But you never know. I mean, especially if you ever had an animal that's been hurt. Or been around one. I mean, they'll snap at you, or just from the reaction of being in shock. Or
go back up. I want to have a cute moment again, really quick, before you go to all the sad crap. How beautiful is this story, though? Really, I mean, I think that we should all take this as the humankind and kind of correlate that into our own worlds. Carry on, please.
Say thank you, Cliff and Roy.
Thank
for
you,
bringing
Cliff.
And bringing. You left somebody up.
I don't know.
No, he sent that in, so if
that's a really I love that story, and I think
I
that
knew
really
you would. I knew you would like that story.
It's beautiful. I want a fox now. Damn it! I'm gonna go fox hunting.
Do we even have foxes in California?
Somewhere, I'm sure. I don't know. You're asking like the wrong person.
I've never seen one, so I don't
I'll find one that looks like one and just call it
Coyotes mostly out in the west.
Ooh, what if I find a baby coyote?
Well, they're around.
What do you think's nicer, coyote or fox? Go.
Foxes are definitely nice. Coyotes. Now you talk about something that can get mean.
Coyotes can be mean?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yes, they're very skilled hunters. That's why they can survive very well.
Bobcat or coyote? What? Because a bobcat's more like a cat, right? And a coyote's more like the dog, kind of.
Yes. Yes, but they're both on the very wild hunter. Side of that species, let's say.
Well, you put a coyote in the ring versus a bobcat. Who you picking? I would say bobcat.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably be betting on the bobcat.
I feel like they're more skilled tactics.
Yes, they're usually a little bigger and faster.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, you never know. You never can tell when you do something like that. It's funny how you take a story like that and turn it into a fight. if I would have done that.
Shut up, Roy. Hey, I never said we're testing it. I'm just wondering between the two.
Yeah, and another story that broke this morning, 3 dead in Oklahoma Walmart shooting. 3 people and 2 men and a woman were killed in a shooting at the Duncan, Oklahoma Walmart store parking lot. The gunman was among those dead. The officials said it was contained to that particular deal. Most likely, speculation is it was like a family dispute or something like that of the deal.
Especially
but yes,
so close to the holidays. I mean,
yes. I mean, what the heck's going on?
I mean, I guess really hindsight, it doesn't really matter when it happens.
No, it's just.
But still, like so close to the holidays when we're all supposed to be together. And why always Walmart?
Well, that's a subject for
another time.
Yes. Yes, we can get into the the Walmart
that's horrible.
Aspect
Though. My heart goes out to those
same
families.
thing, and I mean just yesterday,
Come on.
the story that 4 dead and 6 injured in a Fresno shooting. At least 10 people were shot and 4 were dead after a suspect opened fire and a family gathered at an East Central Fresno home Sunday night. About 45 people were there at the home to watch a football game on television. The subject entered the backyard and opened fire on 10 people that were in the yard. The other 35 people were inside the home and were not injured, officials said. So, yeah, like I said, it just seems like, just all kinds of crazy is breaking out.
People are angry.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
I think a lot of it is people are sad, so then they just react. I don't know. That's just my theory.
Well, I mean, we can get it, and we'll dive into that, and especially since the holidays are out and you're helping a lot of people, and then it kind of tags into the next story we're going to talk about. But yeah, I think of all the angst and stuff and stuff that's going on, that and the way our society is, and like I say, I keep bringing it up, but I mean these little devices, we're supposed to connect us, and I think they're doing overall. Not taking, and there's good aspects to anything, but I think overall, they're providing a negative influence all across the board, and I think, just society in general seems to be, just a little less friendly. Can you, as the old saying is, can everybody just take a chill pill once in a while?
And get along.
Yeah.
But I think there's going to be a big shift 2020.
I
think
hope
people are going to, I think, honestly, like 2019, I just felt like when that clock struck midnight, and I've been saying it since January 1st, that I just knew this year would be like a horrible year for everybody, not just myself personally.
Well, you've been very prophetic on that one.
I know.
Back up to the other, yeah. There you go. Thank you. Kind of segues into that 36 accepted help in the Lake Elsinore Temecula Valley October outreach. Story on IEN. In October, the Sheriff's Department in the cities of Lake Elsinore and Wildomar and Social Workers Action Group, SWAG, a nonprofit agency, were able to assist 36 individuals with ending their cycles of homelessness through our homeless outreach program. They received housing or mental health services. Officials said. The total engagement of individuals in this quality of life sweep was 360, with only 36 or 10% accepting some sort of help. The big question is how to deal with the 90% who do not accept help. And this is a reason why we bring this subject forward time and again, because it's affecting our quality of life. And it was a reason, or one of the reasons I pushed, with the help of the mayor, eventually picking it up, got it through the Homeless to Work program in Moreno Valley, which started in Albuquerque by the mayor there, and these programs and stuff. And this seems to be the number. They had a deal in L.A., and I think it was like 5 or 6%, wanted help. We got this 90% out there that don't want help or refuse to accept help, and they're making it miserable. They're affecting the quality of life for all of us, and we need to come up with some sort of solution. Either we got to put them in mental hospitals or incarcerate them somehow.
Or move them to like an island of their own.
Something. you know.
Which I'm like, if you don't want help, why don't you just go somewhere else where you're not
Yes, you cannot.
pestering others? But
You
I guess
cannot
they still
set up
need-
these tent cities or be living in the streets or.
Have you seen up off Paris Boulevard? Is it Paris Boulevard? I think so. Right before you go through the canyon, it's like insane.
Yes.
It's like all you see is tents.
Yes.
It's nuts. We went out there a while ago. We went out to Redlands for a friend's birthday party, and it was like tents everywhere. I got to go up there and take a picture. Remind me.
Yes. No. I still say we need to do a documentary on that. You want to go down back in your old stomping grounds, where the Santa Ana River goes.
I'm not going down there. You said to go to the men like put underwear up or something. I'm not doing that.
And they've been setting the fires down there and stuff and burning it up and all that stuff. It's it's getting crazy out here. Downtown Riverside is turning into a blank hole down there because they're
Well, downtown Riverside was always kind of known for the homeless and all that.
It's getting worse. I mean, it's getting intolerable down there. Like
I saw a man and a woman, homeless, obviously living on the streets, come out of a church, and she's fixing her shirt, and he's zipping up his pants. Wow.
I mean, yeah, you want your kids watching this kind of stuff.
Oh, hell no. That's why I don't take them down there.
I mean, yeah, that's right. I mean, again, like I say, it's
but you know, my kids were talking the other day about homeless. Well, how do they shower? And what happens with this? And what do they do about this? And I'm like, they go to the bathroom outside.
Yes, or
they were like, oh my gosh. I'm like,
or they're thrashing the public restroom facilities in the restaurant, stores. So you go in there and it's either you're seeing something that you don't want to see, or they're thrashing the place, or they're taking the soap, or they've got towels spread all, I mean, the paper towels are just messed up, yada, yada, yada. That, again, it's affecting all of us. I mean, and I mean, like you say, I mean, I get the part of, and it's why, I mean, where parents are just scared to death to let their kids out of their sight because you have all these, you don't know what's lurking around the corner you're walking around or something. I mean, it can be right in the middle of downtown or right around the corner from your house or something or like that. So it's something, again, we've got to come up with a solution about that. We got to recall Gavin Newsom, the governor, who's perpetuating this stuff. I said, you elect San Francisco stupid and put him up there as governor. Watch what the heck happens. I mean, we're home, California, 12% of the population. We got 48% of the homeless.
Okay, but then they pick up homeless, they jail them or house them, whatever, and then they're going to up our taxes because someone's got to pay for it, and then you're going to be ranting about that for an hour. Well, not an hour, like 20 minutes. Right? That I think there's just no end to this problem.
No, there isn't. I mean, we used to
get rid of all of them.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Stand them up in the firing squad or something? No, they have no.
No, I'm not saying that.
I know but I mean, I wanted to clarify that so somebody did not.
No, they're going to take my words and twist it anyways if they're going
to.
Well,
yes.
However,
yes.
I mean, we just got to find a way to maybe give, seriously, give them their own little city. You want to be homeless? Here, go there. I'm not going to start naming cities because that's really going to put.
Stick them
Slab
out.
City, there we go.
Yeah, stick them out in Desert Center or something. Put a fence around them or something.
Give them a couple buildings, whatever.
But we can't.
Why can't we? I think that's a great idea.
Yes, I mean.
See, I'm coming with all kinds of solutions, just like you do. No one's gonna listen though. Just
well,
like
how do you know? Maybe they'll listen to you because they sure as hell don't listen to me. No, but it was and it was like the deal, and I said. Help the ones that we can help.
Right.
Yes, we're not out there to we're not. I mean, I'm going to say most people are not. We're not a bunch of just we're just, like you say, line them up and shoot them or something. No, everybody's and we're doing that. We're doing everything. Saying we will help you if you're in drugs, you're having trouble, whatever.
But people that are on drugs don't want to get off the drugs.
Exactly. So if you're
going to send them to their own little city, their drug dealer will travel, and then let's be done with it. Right?
Let's do it. I mean, we've got to come up with something. This stuff is getting that. Scroll up the next one. Michelle Mears wrote this about Murrieta.
7 seconds left in first quarter, and it's still 3-0. Sorry, but it's still only
Michelle
3-0.
Mears wrote. The the other MVUSD, Murrieta Valley School District, some of the parents want to declare themselves a sanctuary district from that because they're very upset about this whole sex education thing and mandatory mandatory where it has to do that. They're not.
Okay, what age is this sex education?
They're starting in elementary school.
I got mine in like 5th grade. Yeah, and I was fine with it. It wasn't anything.
No,
I think kids need to be educated in that.
What we need to do is what we should do is we should actually and I need to study it because I haven't looked at it. I've just been reading the reports. But some of the stuff they're talking about now, there is appropriate at even in elementary schools to give basics.
Right. It was like
But I mean, when they're starting to talk about very specific sexual acts and stuff with elementary schools, I mean, then I can see where parents would be having issues. And this whole thing that's been signed into law by Newsom and stuff, it doesn't look good. I mean, they are crossing, in my view, they're crossing the line of that. So.
We should say this for another because I have a lot I want to actually say. Yes,
no, that's why I'm
for Women's Wednesday.
Yes, we need to research that because maybe we'll have Michelle call in or something explain it because she's right on top of that whole thing. I mean,
I would love to hear her side too because I have my own view about it, and I know she, like you said, she's been researching it, and I want to hear what her side is.
I mean, because she lives down there. Yeah,
mind.
She's down in that area too, in Murrieta. So I mean, she's like right in top of that. Stuff. School threats come again. Look at the nuttiness in Riverside Sunday night. Student accused of making a threat on Ramona High School, Riverside. Sunday, Riverside police received multiple reports of a possible threatening social media post made toward Ramona High School. An investigation took place with the assistance of school officials, and they determined the identity of a student who made the post. As a result, 17-year-old male student will be booked into Riverside County Juvenile Hall for criminal threats and illegal possession of ammunition, officials said.
Oh, my gosh.
Kids, do not, please, parents tell you, do not make threats against schools or students or anything else. It is probably not going to end very well for you. Not just getting to the point of why you shouldn't be doing that. You are not going to like the consequence. Even if you're joking, everybody's, with all this stuff going on, everybody's on edge about this stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So even if you are just joking about it, you're going to wind up in
and still even joking about it for all those that have lost their child or family member and acts as such. That's very disrespectful.
There's another cool story of that. What would you do if you saw a guy hoverboarding down the freeway?
I don't know.
This is a picture of CHP.
That's a bad idea, though.
CHP up on the I-5 up in Northern California caught this guy, caught a picture of the officer that was patrolling the area, caught the picture of the guy hoverboarding down the freeway on that. CHP Stockton last night. Stockton CHP officers came across this driver near I-5 near Country Club Boulevard. The man was traveling on the freeway on his hoverboard without a care in the world. When asked, "Why are you out there on the hoverboard?" the man's response was classic. That's how I roll. You can't make this stuff up.
So did he get a ticket?
They didn't say whether they did. I'm probably sure. But it kind of illustrates the kooky point that we're going on to, that, where we're putting in all these bike lanes and we're not building freeways and causing the traffic congestion. And actually, pedestrians, people on bicycles, hoverboards, the fatalities of them are going up as we're trying to mix traffic. And this is why we don't do that. Because if somebody isn't paying attention or something coming off the off-ramp or something, or you're on the shoulder of the road, you're going to be a dead duck if somebody hits you at 60, 70, 80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's why we don't mix cars.
Well, nobody said it was okay.
And hoverboards, or even if it's with all this stuff, and maybe we'll get Eric Lewis in here as a traffic engineer on that, and an avid bicycler of that. We go back and forth on this stuff. With the stuff they're doing, and even some of the stuff in Moreno Valley, we got to go through and go. Because like I said, when I'm bicycling on that, and in these bike lanes and stuff, and people are parking, people are legal. It's not legal. They're parking in them. I mean, some of the the deals when you're going across, I mean, you got like 2 feet in there, and I mean, you're in between a parked car and a guy going by you at 40 miles an hour, and you got like 2 feet in there. I mean, if somebody sneezes or something, you're going to be squished like a freaking bug.
I hate sneezing and driving. It's like the scariest thing.
So, I mean, you know, it is kind of a funny and they didn't say whether they gave him a ticket.
It is for a minute because it's strange and bizarre, but at the same time, why would you want to risk your life on being on a freaking hoverboard on the freeway?
Here's another one. Next story up. Moreno Valley man on probation found with ammo in Wildomar, authorities say. Riverside County Sheriff's Department, Lake Elsinore Station on Saturday, November 16th at 13:52 p.m. Deputies assigned to Lake Elsinore Station problem-oriented policing, what the acronym is that is.
I'm checking the football score. What?
Problem-oriented policing.
What about it?
What's the acronym of that?
I don't know.
POP.
Oh.
Team conducted a probation search of Daniel Tyler.
I see what you're saying.
25 in Moreno Valley, found to be in possession of 20 rounds of ammo. Record checks showed Tyler had previously been convicted of a felony and currently on probation for weapons-related offense. Daniel was arrested and transported to the Coysburg Detention Center. Dude, if you're on probation, especially for weapons violations, don't be around carrying ammo or guns or firearms, because guess what? You're most likely, if you get caught, you're going back to the Gray Bar Motel. Look at this guy. I mean, is this a classic picture of what?
It is.
This
Uh-oh.
Somebody's on. Suspects in custody report. Oh, Eddie George from Himmadai News had it up there on that, and they had some shootings going on in that. He was covering them live on that.
Do we have a caller?
Yeah. So who we got on the line?
Hello, caller.
How you doing, guys?
Good.
Absolutely fantastic. Who we got?
Okay. So this is Dwayne.
Oh.
So
you kind of sound like you're in a. You sound like you're down in the talking from like 20 feet down in the
Now we
hall.
have a loud beep in our ear.
Yes.
How's that any better?
Yes, that's much. It's a little better. Yes, we can. You don't sound like you're down 30 feet in a hole echoing.
Well, that's because I am in 30 feet in a hole usually.
So you haven't learned the first law of holes when you're in one. Stop digging, huh?
Well, no, I'm taking the all of the Democrats' lead on this. So
go ahead.
I'm looking at this guy you got posted on IEN, and he's obviously a real brain surgeon. But my first question is, when did it become illegal to be in possession of ammunition? I can understand.
No, he was on probation for a weapons violation. So when you're on felony probation for a weapons violation, usually your terms of probation is you cannot have a firearm or ammo or anything else.
I am unaware of this because usually I understand you can't be in possession of a deadly weapon. You can't be a lot of times if there's drugs or alcohol involved. You can't be under the influence. You can't be using. I get all that, but you know, without something to use the ammunition is inert. Something has to occur to cause the ammunition to discharge. So I'm trying to figure out what the justification for this is, because it's ridiculous in my mind.
I'm not laughing at you. If you weren't sitting in this seat, it wouldn't have been funny. No, I can't. Let me try and compose myself.
Yes, please do. Stephanie, don't do that to him anymore. He's
I did nothing.
No.
I don't believe it.
No, I mean, no, as far as I'm aware of, that if you're on felony probation, that for weapons violation, they usually jerk your ticket or say most felons are not able to have firearms at for any time that I'm aware of. And when you're on felony probation, I mean, it was my understanding you can't have a gun or ammunition or anything else.
Well, I've never, and I don't know. I've never been one convicted of a felony or been on felony probation, so I am unaware of this. But I'll have to find out. It just struck me as rather odd that they would worry about that. But I could be misled. Obviously, I mean, I just what is going on in your state? It's gone.
I don't know.
I'm listening to the news that you're reading off the IENewswire here, and
well, no, it's going crazy all over the place. Oklahoma, here, New York, across the pond. Everybody's going freaking crazy. It's not. I don't think it's limited to any. The whole world seems like it's going nuts.
Perhaps it's a moon phase. I don't know, but going.
This one called
back,
it.
Right? I'm telling you.
There you go. Let's talk about the Oklahoma thing. It's my understanding that the perpetrator who initiated the violence capped himself when another bystander with a firearm approached him. And he saw that the individual had a firearm and went, whoops, better cap myself before this guy does. So we're not getting the real answers here that a good guy with a gun stopped a bad guy with a gun. They're not wanting anybody to hear that.
There you go. And in the future, Dwayne, call in earlier because
well,
it's Monday Night Football, Dwayne. Yes, it's Monday Night Football.
I'm kidding. Somebody besides wanting to do that is sending me messages and pointing at the clock on my computer screen and everything.
And then we have the producer back
not
there.
Not just pointing. Like, have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that guinea pig that's in the hair that gets the heroin and he's like tapping and then he's not getting enough and then pretty soon he just tap until he kills himself. That's about what I was getting on the clock deal.
Okay, well, you guys enjoy your game. Have a good night.
You got it. So,
thanks for calling,
we
Dwayne.
appreciate you calling in on that. But yeah,
no
call in a tad earlier and stuff so I don't get myself into trouble.
Okay.
Don't blame me.
No.
Got $100 on this game.
I've never seen a finger move so fast in my life.
Dude, I got Texan powers.
I ain't gonna argue that one. Child pornography arrest in Moreno Valley Unified School District. A student had taken a 17-year-old male student is accused of taking a picture of a female male student and distributing it, and he got arrested.
So a student took a picture of another student.
Yes, a male student took a picture of a female student.
It was not an employee of
No,
MVUSD.
she was a female student.
I just wanted to clear that up because his face was like, what?
Of that, yes. And distributed it, and, he was arrested that too. So, again, don't be doing that kind of stuff. It's not cool doing that. Plus, you're going to get not that it's not cool. You're going to find yourself into more trouble than you ever imagined if you do stuff like that. So just don't do it in the first place. Again, everybody's like on edge, not only about everything in society, but they want to get the heck out of here.
What? I never want to leave. Hurry up. Come on.
Yes. Of that, they had the visual of that. One thing, and we did touch on it, the last thing, there was a stabbing victim. One thing, it was ironic. Right after, and we talked about the massage deal and massage envy.
Oh, yeah.
Right after that, Riverside Police Department posts a deal of an employee, a former employee, they fired, or he's no longer working there. An employee that was a massage guy was accused of, inappropriate sexual contact with one of the female patrons.
Massage envy.
Yes. And
you ruined it.
It was so again. But again, when you're dealing with massage parlors, be very, 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 very careful.
But okay, these people go to these massage parlors, get their little happy ending or whatever it is. It's not like they're not consenting to it, though, right?
Yes, but this was an assault.
Oh, okay.
This was an assault from an employee on,
Well, that's different.
The guy,
then.
yes. This was
But like the happy endings and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like a thing of prostitution.
In my world,
everybody's.
In my world, I would do it like Nevada does, except for around Las Vegas. I would make prostitution should be legal. It should be in certain areas.
Tax it.
Where we control it. Everybody's tested. You go.
Keep it clean. Keep it healthy.
Yes.
Keep the bills paid. I'm trying to do a slogan.
100% for that. Of that.
You know what Roy's doing when he goes to Nevada.
Yeah.
Oh crap.
No, I mean, I think they have a very healthy way of dealing with it. And
No, they do, and I don't know. Not something I would personally ever do, but if a woman's okay with doing that and the man's okay with paying for it, I mean, more power to you.
Do the droopy one. I got to do the droopy one. That was the one we posted on IEN, and we're going to bail out of here.
Yes. I mean, what?
Yes, the meme with droopy on IEN. It's got
the dog.
Yes, Droopy's the dog. Some. Oh, you knew.
A little. No.
There we go. Have you ever done this?
Oh my God! I'll spend 15 minutes looking for my phone while I'm on my phone talking to my mom, saying how I can't find my phone.
Yes. Well, okay, Droopy.
No, it's the true thing.
You spent 15 minutes searching for my phone in my car using my phone as a flash.
Yep.
I mean, who hasn't done something dumb?
I do it daily.
Yes. I mean, I get
I'm just doing like weekly.
Or you're looking for the screwdriver or 9/16 wrench that's either in your hand or you stuck in your pocket or something, and you're looking all over for it and you can't find it. Who hasn't done that? But yeah, that's that's something. So yeah.
All the time.
I thought that was. That was
cute.
Yes,
I love it, and it's very true.
Yes, it is. We've all done that.
Just to catch everybody up, we're on the second quarter with 9 minutes and 34 seconds. Chargers are still 3-0 for the Chiefs. Be quiet, Roy. Y'all write in and tell us who you think is going to win the game, and if Roy should give me $100 when I win.
Oh. Yes. One more. One more at Moreno Valley
Yeah.
Unified School District.
Oh, come on.
A male student was accused of knocking a 12-year-old girl unconscious at Vista Heights Middle School.
Teach your children to act better.
Yes.
That's what's wrong. Our parents aren't being parents. They're not parenting.
Oh, there was a lot
They're
of
friends.
We ought to read, and maybe we'll come back on Wednesday. One of the parents had some comment about that. She had a little different. Hey, sometimes you don't. Things get out of control, but that's it.
Sometimes they do. I agree with that.
Yeah. So it's not 100%.
I try to teach my boys all the time. You never hit a woman.
Unless they hit you if you're being attacked.
even
if
at their age,
you have the right to defend yourself
because they're so young.
If somebody's dinging on your head with a baseball bat, you have the right to defend yourself.
But
that's what my mom said. Don't ever hit a girl, but if you're being attacked or you have the right to defend yourself.
I guess. I agree.
Thank you.
Your mom's right. I'm agreeing with your mom, not you. You were right, Mom. Anyways, are you ready?
I agree with Mom. Yes, we're done.
Are you ready for Monday Night
Football? We're going to see. We'll come back tomorrow and see. We'll test the theory out and see if you were going to break the streak of predicting.
I'm telling you, either way, I'm right. Either the Chiefs are going to win because I'm picking the Chiefs to win, but I know that the Chargers are really going to win. So it's just either way, I'm right.
In a game, one person has to win and one has to lose.
The Chiefs are going to lose, but I'm picking them to win. Anyways, like we always say, we're gone.